If you're sick or you've just had surgery, how can you protect your personal items? You can't.
New at 6, patients become victims in the one place you should be protected. At least 300 patient claims their valuables were stolen at Atlanta area hospitals in just the last 3 years. The collateral damage ranging from jewelry to cell phones and even driver's licenses.
Yeah, and this was all uncovered after the CBS 46 investigative team combed through dozens of incident reports. Our Rachel Polanski has the shocking details. Rachel.
Good evening. More than half of these thefts took place in metro Atlanta hospitals, and while a majority of them involved stolen phones, iPads, and laptops, there were also a number of parked cars that were broken into, and in a couple of cases, guns stolen out of glove boxes. She had a desire to help others.
I was their advocate when they couldn't advocate for themselves.
That's why 75-year-old Lola Jones became a nurse 40 years ago.
As an RN, I always felt protective of my patients.
But when she found herself at Emory Hospital in Decatur, Jones did not feel protected when her driver's license and social security card disappeared.
I think it was stolen.
It's pretty sad that you can't go to a health facility and just feel safe.
Yolanda Langston Tatum had a similar experience at Wellstar Hospital in Cobb County.
I had 2 white gold necklaces. One was 16 inches, one was 18. Taken from my bedside table.
Both women filed police reports. They're 2 of around 300 patients who did so over the last 3 years. 86 of these thefts were reported across 4 Wellstar hospitals. 83 were reported at Piedmont Atlanta, 73 at Grady Memorial, and 40 between Emory Decatur and Emory Hillendale.
Most of these are crimes of opportunity.
Paul Sarnice heads the International Association for Healthcare Security and Safety, and he says sadly, these crimes are common.
Ultimately, it comes down to the location, the clientele that you're serving, and the services you're providing. I mean, that's really what determines the risk of the environment.
A recent survey of 400 hospitals across the U.S. showed that roughly 5 thefts would take place for every 100 beds. His best advice? Leave your valuables at home.
Anything that is important to you, you're not going to need it.
A good suggestion, but one that Tatum says she did not have time to think about.
Don't take your things if you can, but you don't know. I didn't know I was going to stay there.
Now, I also want to mention that it's not only patients whose belongings go missing. In one case earlier this year, an ambulance was stolen while the driver was dropping off a patient inside an Atlanta hospital. Sean?
All right. Thank you, Rachel. That's a great update. Now, I do have a question, though, real quickly. What do the hospitals have to say about all this?
Yeah, so we did reach out to all 4 of the hospital systems in our area. Only 2 of them got back to us so far, and they said that patients' care is a top priority, and that they work very closely with law enforcement. To read their full statements, you can head to our website, and that, of course, is cbs46.com.
All right. Thank you, Rachel.